The first trailer for Gladiator II dropped today, and immediately it was met with swift backlash and a bunch of controversy coming from fans.
Gladiator II trailer facing massive fan backlash, over 50,000 YouTube dislikes.
People really hate the Gladiator II trailer, but for the most part it's not because of the movie itself. As of Wednesday afternoon, Paramount's main upload of the trailer had more than 12 million views on YouTube, garnering 104,000 likes, but 143,000 dislikes. It's pretty unusual to see a dislike to like ratio like that on a trailer. So why are people so mad about the Gladiator II trailer? It seems primarily because...
Okay, so once again, people are complaining about woke culture invading mainstream media, this time regarding the new Gladiator II movie trailer starring the legendary Denzel Washington. People are saying that Hollywood is trying to blackwash European and North African history now. The trailer went viral on YouTube, with numerous creators reacting to it. However, the reactions seem to be mostly negative. The movie is directed by Ridley Scott, a highly talented director whom, if you've been following us for a long time, you know we frequently discuss in our videos. You might be wondering where. Well, remember these images I share in almost all my videos? They're from the movie Exodus, which was also directed by Ridley Scott. Ridley Scott is unquestionably very talented, but sometimes he makes quite strange choices that contribute to whitewashing and the erasure of African history, as seen in the case of Exodus. I say this because it's not black people who are complaining anymore. Now it's mainly white people. People are upset about what he has done with the movie and its casting. This doesn't necessarily mean he's doing the right thing, but in this specific example, it appears to be the case. People are saying that the movie is woke because there is Denzel Washington playing someone important in it, but also because of other unbelievable reasons we will address at the end of this video. I personally didn't expect that. It shows that things are even worse than we initially thought. So, today we will listen to people's reactions, analyze them, and go in on a journey through time to discover: why do people think that European and North African histories were exclusively white?
People really hate the Gladiator II trailer, but for the most part it's not because of the movie itself. As of Wednesday afternoon, Paramount's main upload of the trailer had more than 12 million views on YouTube, garnering 104,000 likes, but 143,000 dislikes. It's pretty unusual to see a dislike to like ratio like that on a trailer. So why are people so mad about the Gladiator II trailer? It seems primarily because it includes the Kanye West and Jay-Z song No Church in the Wild. Here are some of the most liked comments on the video. "We only have one black guy in the movie, boss. Blast a rap song over the trailer. The producers, we got Denzel, let's throw a rap song in there to emphasize the Roman Empire. This Jay-Z song mentions a Colosseum. Yeah, stick that in there." The vibe they went for with this trailer is so out of alignment with the emotion of the first movie. People also seem annoyed that the movie exists at all, calling it a movie that never ever needed a sequel. And then there's the issue that I have with a lot of trailers. 1, awful music choice. 2, you showed too much. 3, awful music choice.
In these segments, YouTubers have identified 3 main reasons why people are dissatisfied. We will analyze each reason, debunk them, delve into history to uncover the truth, and finally, explore the psychological reasons behind people's reactions. The issue here is straightforward. People are complaining about the use of a rap song, arguing that it doesn't align with their perception of ancient Rome. Some have suggested using rock songs instead, believing that genre would better convey the essence of ancient Rome. Well, there are 2 problems. The first one is that this song is used for the trailer and won't probably be used in the movie. Musics are used in the trailer to incite people to go watch the movie. The second issue is that, in this case, the problem isn't that the song doesn't fit, rather, the song actually aligns with what will likely happen in the movie. This point was perfectly explained by this YouTuber.
And of course, people are saying that No Church in the Wild and rap music has no place in a trailer about ancient Rome. That just shows me that you guys don't really listen to rap. This is actually the perfect song to put in a trailer like this. It actually aligns with the themes of the film, especially the first one. Human beings in a mob. What's a mob to a king? What's a king to a god? What's a god to a non-believer? No Church in the Wild is perfect for a movie like this, especially for a film that's about corruption, power, revenge, justice. Tears on the mausoleum floor, blood stains the Colosseum doors. And we're dealing with ancient Rome. There's gonna be some bloodshed, there's gonna be some transition of power. I'm sure Lucius will be challenging the throne. To quote Jay-Z, I'm sure tears will be on the Colosseum floor. I'm sure there will be lies on the lips of a priest. I'm sure as head general, Pedro Pascal's loyalty will be tested. I'm sure Denzel will take the nihilistic approach and burn Rome to the ground. And I'm sure Rome will be experiencing a lot of transitions of power. I understand a lot of people hating rap music being in films, but I certainly think that there's a right way to do it and there's a wrong way to do it. Since the themes kind of align with the themes of the film, I actually like this choice. A lot of people would disagree with me, but what do you guys feel about it?
So, we observe that the theme of chaos is perfectly captured here. The lyrics align with the events depicted in the movie. But people are not happy because rap music is connoted black. And they don't want to see black music attached to ancient Rome. Well, it can be understandable to some extent, but for those advocating for using rock music instead, I would ask the following question. Is rock music more representative of ancient Rome than rap music? Because apparently rock music is white music, so it fits ancient Rome better than rap music. Well, to these people, I will remind one thing. Both rock and rap music are black musics. Yes, rock music has been invented by black people too. And let's remind them that ancient Rome wasn't the white utopia they envisioned. But we will address this at the end of the video. So, this entire debate is once again fueled by some racist nonsense. One of the primary gripes with the trailer revolves around the casting of the black actor Denzel Washington in the role of Macrinus, a character portrayed as significant. There's this persistent belief that black people or Africans didn't exist in ancient Rome, and if they did, they were likely relegated to the status of slaves, right? It's this trope of slaves and servants that people often default to. We frequently encounter this mindset when discussing ancient Egypt, too. Thus, we're confronted with two interrelated issues here. The first one is related to the presence of free and prosperous black people in ancient Rome. The second one is related to Macrinus, who was a Roman emperor, being played by a black African actor. Well, let's analyze both arguments and discover the truth. Were they free and powerful black people in ancient Rome? When people think about ancient civilizations like Rome or Greece, they often envision a Hollywoodian ideal of a white world, a European utopia with white statues everywhere. They even go so far as to portray ancient North Africa as white or at least multi-ethnic. The magic term they use to subtly whitewash and insert themselves into everything historically significant outside of Europe. Following the logic promoted by those who feel offended by the new Gladiator movie trailer. Rome was a purely white European civilization where all Romans are assumed to be pale-skinned and purely white, reinforcing the idea that it was exclusively created by white Europeans. However, it's important to remember that Europe was not originally a white continent during its early history. It's essential to understand that ancient Rome was not a homogeneous entity like some other civilizations. It encompassed diverse groups and cultures. The city was founded by the Etruscans, but over time, it assimilated various peoples who were not exclusively white. Despite this historical reality, the prevailing narrative often portrays Rome solely as a white European civilization. Historical and genetic research indicates that Rome was a multi-ethnic society, with people from Africa, the Middle East, Asia, and Northern Europe contributing to its population and culture. Yet, the common perception remains fixed on Rome as a white civilization. Therefore, depicting individuals of black or mixed ancestry in the context of Rome is historically accurate and reflects the diverse nature of this ancient empire. A perfect example of that may be expressed by the following story. In 2022, for the first time, researchers have fully sequenced the complete DNA of a Pompeian, offering an inside view of one person who died in the eruption's aftermath. Pompeii was a thriving Roman urban center with its own infrastructure, public buildings, homes, shops. It was a testament to the reach and influence of the Roman Empire, showcasing its architectural, cultural, and administrative footprint in the Mediterranean region. But in 79 AD, Pompeii, along with nearby cities like Herculaneum, was tragically buried under volcanic ash and pumice following the eruption of Mount Vesuvius. This catastrophic event preserved Pompeii remarkably well, offering modern archaeologists and historians a unique glimpse into daily life in an ancient Roman city. So, geneticists got the opportunity to analyze the remains of a Pompeian man who got buried by the ashes during the catastrophe. Mainstream media spread the news like wildfire in 2022. I got curious and decided to check what most of these articles said. But strangely, I could not find all the details. It was as if they were hiding it. Their articles simply claimed that the man belonged to a local lineage, or a lineage that was common among people from that region back in the day, without giving more details. So, I went directly to the research paper to make sure that I had the actual information. And upon seeing it, I immediately understood why the mainstream media articles were so vague. The man they analyzed was determined to belong to haplogroup A, which is an African lineage. Most Europeans belong to haplogroups R, I, and sometimes J and E, which is also African. And this Roman man living in Pompeii did not belong to any of these lineages today associated with Europe. He was descended from black Africans and lived in Pompeii, a significant Roman city. This challenges the perception of Rome as a white utopia with pure white people served by black slaves everywhere. In reality, Rome was diverse, with a population that included many black individuals, contrary to what Hollywood has often depicted. This misconception is partly influenced by Nazi ideologies of white superiority, which shaped perceptions of ancient civilizations. However, historical reality shows that racism as we understand it today did not necessarily exist in ancient times. White skin was not viewed as a symbol of superiority.
But to me, the big question is the question we always want to ask, and the question that I think people should ask themselves is, why do I need this identity to be rooted in antiquity? Why do I need this identity to go back to the Greeks? Why do I need these people to be like me? And why do I need these people to not be like me? And if you can answer that question, if the question is, because my identity is rooted in my whiteness, then that's actually a problem, your problem, not an ancient problem. And you're not going to find your answers in antiquity. Whiteness was not something that the ancient Greeks or Romans or Egyptians or Chinese or Persians or India, that they actually built their identities around. Whiteness in the Greek context explicitly is for inferior people. It's for women, it's for people with diseases, and it is for those crazy barbarians who wear pants in the north, who get burned by the cold.
The white statues we see in museums were originally painted, reflecting the diverse Roman population, which included individuals with black and dark complexions throughout all stages of the empire, displaying a variety of features. This brings us to the second point. Was Emperor Macrinus black? In the movie, Denzel Washington is playing an arms dealer named Macrinus. But based on what we are seeing in the trailer, he seems to have an agenda. He is a powerful man with an almost unlimited ambition. We don't know yet if Macrinus will indeed be the historical Roman emperor, but if that's the case, it's worth considering whether casting a black actor for this role might be seen as blackwashing. So, who was Emperor Macrinus? Marcus Opelius Macrinus is believed to have been born in what is now Algeria, specifically in Churchill, anciently known as Caesarea, in the Roman province of Mauritania Caesariensis. He came from an equestrian family of Berber origins. His tenure as emperor, however, was exceedingly brief, barely exceeding a year. He became the first emperor who did not hail from the senatorial class and also the first emperor who never visited Rome during his reign. Despite his short rule, Macrinus engaged in significant diplomatic efforts, particularly in managing relations with neighboring kingdoms such as Parthia and Armenia. While these diplomatic endeavors achieved some success in maintaining peace, they also strained the empire's finances, contributing to unrest among the population and sparking widespread rioting. Amid these challenges, Macrinus faced internal discord as Julia Misa, aunt of his predecessor, maneuvered to install her grandson on the throne, resulting in war and ultimately Macrinus' execution. Despite the brevity of his reign, Macrinus remains notable as one of the few Africans to ascend to the highest office of Roman power. In summary, Marcus Opellius Macrinus stands as a significant figure in Roman history, remembered for his brief but eventful time as emperor and the diplomatic challenges he navigated during a turbulent period in the empire's history. His North African roots highlight the diversity of the Roman Empire. Clearly, Macrinus was African. Yet, many still argue that this alone doesn't justify casting a black actor, given the modern segmentation of Africa into numerous racial groups. There is North Africa, which is often considered white, and Inner Africa, which is black. Denzel belongs to the latter group, so some argue he should not portray someone from the former. Well, following that logic, it can be understandable. But unfortunately, that logic is wrong. I will explain why at the end of this video. Now, let's go back to Macrinus. Do we know anything about Macrinus' appearance? Yes. Unfortunately, we have to end the video here due to YouTube's censorship policies and other technical issues. As a result, we are sharing the full, uncensored video exclusively on Patreon. Interested in understanding what Macrinus really looked like and where this video will lead us? Join us on Patreon where we delve into the uncensored truth. Support our mission by becoming a patron today. You can find the link in the description below and in the comments. Thank you for watching and supporting our channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for notifications. If you're unable to join Patreon right now, no worries, I understand. My goal has always been to freely educate, but it requires significant investment of time, money, and effort. Patreon is also a way to maintain our freedom of speech since we are not allowed to say some truths on most platforms. After years of giving back, I need your support to continue serving our community. Let's discuss the video's content in the comments. What are your thoughts on what you just watched? If you enjoyed this video, you'll find the following ones equally enriching. Thank you once again for watching. See you in the next one.